Backstreet's back, alright? Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you've never been here before, I'm Fat Sajak, and I assume you found this video on the H3 subreddit. Be nice. I'm not here today to take a large dump on everything you love, okay? I'm just not. We're just here to talk about some things and some stuff, and it's gonna be fine, okay? If you've never seen one of my videos before, you're like, what is this lady doing? Shouldn't she be waiting by the mailbox for her AARP card? And yes, but the mail hasn't arrived yet. If you're new here, the door's gonna be open, there's gonna be sounds, you're gonna hear nature, you're gonna get over it, because not everything can be perfect all the time, okay? Also, if you're new here, this is my laundry. It is clean, needs to be folded. Not the same pile from last time, is the same pile from earlier today. One day, you're gonna come to one of these videos and there's gonna be nothing back here. And you're gonna be like, what? Is she okay? Has she gotten her life together? And the answer will still be no. However, the laundry will be put away. I think the birds are ready to have a meeting. Anyhow, we're here to talk about what's going on between Ethan and Moses, and we don't talk about H3 very often on here. And I'll get to why in just a second. Before we get into it, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel if you want to be. YouTube is categorically just screwing us all over and unsubscribing people left and right. In fact, this morning, I discovered a creator that I enjoy. One of her videos came up on my just regular timeline this morning, and I was like, why wasn't I served that? And when did I have that stroke? Turns out YouTube unsubscribed me. So it's real. It's YouTube's world and we're just living in it. So make sure you're subscribed if you want to be, like the video if you want to. In the description box below are all the relevant links and the irrelevant links. Make sure you're registered to vote. You can find me on all my socials as well as Patreon and channel memberships down below. My merch, my Amazon storefront, all those things, they're all down there. You know the drill. You know how YouTube works. You're smart, probably. Anyway, let's get on with it. I usually don't talk about H3 or Ethan Klein or Ela. I don't talk about anything in that realm because it's genuinely something that I don't know about. I am not an H3 fan. I'm not an anti-H3 person. It's just not a channel that I don't particularly, it doesn't particularly call to me in terms of things to watch. Like it's just not my fave. Anything I've seen from there I haven't hated, but it's just not something that's pulled me in enough for me to be like a regular watcher, you know? Obviously during the Frenemies era, I did tune in a little bit here and there just because the stark juxtaposition between Ethan and Trisha was fun to watch. Obviously it became a very, very hugely successful podcast, so I don't think I'm alone there. But I had to go so far as to block the H3 channel because I literally would fall asleep watching, I don't know, 90s nostalgia commercials, and I would wake up every single morning to H3 if I left the autoplay on. Everybody last time I brought that up, everybody was like,
hey, Fat Sajak is tearing into Ethan Klein.
I'm like, no, I'm not. I just don't want to wake up to him every morning. Is that okay? Good for him. He makes millions of dollars. He's successful for a reason, you know? Like, it's not a hatred thing. It's just I don't want to wake up to that, but I still enjoy falling asleep to autoplay sometimes. So I just want it clear that, like, I don't hold any allegiance to anyone in this video at all. When I'm done editing this video, I will not think about any of these people. I don't hold any allegiance to anyone involved in this story. Not even Howie Mandel, okay? Almost especially not Howie Mandel.
Ma'am, please get to the story before the early bird special starts.
If you're old, like myself, and you need a sort of debrief on the situation, or you're just also just old and you like being here, or if you're young and you like being here. I think I probably had too much caffeine this morning. This is I feel the spirit of Drew Monson inside me and I cannot stop speaking. No shade to Drew Monson because I love him, okay? I hold my allegiance is only to Drew Monson. Anyway, there's a feud between Ethan Klein / Hila Klein and Moses / Trisha Paytas. Obviously, we know Ethan and Hila from the H3 podcast. Obviously, we know Trisha from well over a decade of just being Trisha. And her husband, Moses, who, as I said, is Hila's brother and is also the fine actor in films such as Husband Shames Wife for Diet Coke, God is Not Happy, and Girl Wants to Become Vampire to Lose Weight. If there was only ever one era of Trisha Paytas, we would have had to have been this one, in my opinion. But in terms of all these people, with the exception of Drew Monson, I hold no allegiance to anyone to the point of ignorance. So again, if you're old like me and you really want to learn some of what's going on, I'm your woman. Let's talk about what sort of triggered all this. Obviously, there is a history here, sort of a familial dysregulation. We'll get into that in a second. But what triggered this actual conversation? Hit it, Howie.
Controlling?
Howie, did you hear that I came second place on the poker?
I did. I watched the poker thing, and then I saw Tana trying to get you to do frenemies again.
Wait, Hila, that sounds like a fabulous accomplishment that you won in a poker tournament. But let me interrupt you to ask your husband a question about a dead podcast that won't be returning on account of the fact that your family is in complete disarray. Quiet down, woman.
Yeah, and then that's why and maybe you don't want me to bring it up, and you could tell me to stop it.
That's why you asked us.
That's why I asked. I said not only hopefully there's a frenemies reboot, but I'm very concerned that you don't talk to your brother. That's very important to me.
Who fucking asked you? Why is it important to you if she talks to her brother? Clearly, there's something that has transpired that she does not want to talk to her brother, you know?
I think as Jews, we can't hate each other. The world is hating us as it is.
You got to keep it tight.
Oh my God.
You got to keep it
like
tight.
Falafel in here. But but I don't.
You know what? Can we end this era of like the sound effects? Like whoever's got the fucking soundboard on podcasts and stuff. Stop it. Just stop it. You're not funny. They're badly timed, and oftentimes they're interrupting the guests when they're speaking. I don't know if this is an old person thing or just a general grumpy frustration thing, but like, if you can get someone with a well-timed set of fingies to knock out a switchboard in a way that makes sense and actually adds to the comedy and the jest, by all means. But shit like this drives me nuts.
I don't know if I'm overstepping my bounds.
No, you're not.
And in telling, I just think that, hey, listen, you don't have to be best friends, but you should not have animosity or any negativity toward a family member.
Ooh, red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag.
Okay, I know this video is about Ethan and Moses and Hila and Trisha and blah blah blah, but like, I don't feel like enough people are talking about what an absolutely gross mindset this is, using toxic positivity to oust actual toxicity, and it doesn't work like that. It just doesn't work like that.
You can just,
and I never thought that I would be in a situation like that.
But you are.
Right.
So can I do anything?
Normally I would shut this down completely and immediately, but I feel like it keeps coming up. Like, and every time people see us, that's the first thing they ask. So.
Doesn't your mother say it to you?
Well, my mom.
Obviously, yeah.
Obviously.
Well, I'm just telling you as a parent. I have 3 children and grandchildren.
Yeah.
If
She's
two
a
of my
parent too,
kids,
by the way.
if two of
I know,
my
and
kids
being a
were not
parent-
talking, it would break my heart.
Who fucking cares? Who cares? Oh well. This like boomer mentality of like, it would be really sad if one of our family members was really toxic, but all the rest of the family members cut them out because they were so toxic and damaging to their lives and the lives of people around them. That would break my heart. Who gives a
Who cares?
Nobody asked for your input.
Right, and that's
So
what my
being
mom
a lot
tells me.
older than you, I just don't want you to.
Yeah.
And I don't even know him. I know her.
69.
So maybe
69 or 68.
69.
What's your age?
My age.
Yeah.
I'll be 69 this year, but I'm 68 right now as we're speaking. This is live, right?
yes.
As
But
of
if you're watching this, like,
Stop it. Stop doing that. Stop doing it. Oh my god, I'm just gonna go in and review Howie Mandel's podcast. Overall, I don't have a problem with Howie Mandel, okay? But like, what is this? What is this diatribe? This is making me angry.
8 months from now,
Uh-huh.
I'm now 69 to those. I want to do fresh things
those
for
numbers
people
gotta
who
hurt
repeat.
when you're that old.
What?
It's gotta hurt bad at that age when that number ticks over to the next one.
69.
Like physically hurt?
Okay, so I wanted
Think
to
of the
say something,
thumbnail.
you guys. I wanted to say something. Whenever you bring it up, for some reason, it hits me differently. Maybe it's like a father figure speaking to me. I don't know. But maybe I'm open to thinking about something to do about
I
this
hope you are.
situation.
And I'm not saying it because I
Brokered
want to
by
bring up
Howie?
something that's
Yes.
controversial.
I'm open
It just-
to a situation where it's guided by you.
So, are we saying that this needs to be like public, like a podcast or something? Because it kind of feels like this is something that should be done privately, in my opinion.
From day one, I'll do it. From day one, when
We're
when-
both involved in it, Ethan. We need
But
an
you were.
outsider.
When I first met you, I met you in
Howie doesn't know all the
Malibu.
details, though.
I started talking
Well,
about
he'll
it,
have to
and people
educate
got
himself.
mad at me. Your audience got mad at me because I said to Ethan, "You don't talk to your sister-in-law, and you don't talk to your family."
Mm-hmm.
And if there's one thing, and maybe it's you're talking to somebody that is this close to not being here anymore. You know, you realize that life is short. Well, compared
You're not
to
that
you guys,
close.
He's
Okay.
pretty
You don't
close.
know.
It could
Okay.
happen any day.
it could happen to young people any
That's
day. I could
bad.
More
walk out
likely
here,
to you, though.
especially like when I was walking up and down the street here, which doesn't seem that safe.
Oh, sorry.
Congratulations on the growth of the family, the new baby.
Thank you.
Congratulations on your weight loss. I hope, I don't want to go too deep, but I hope you do just call your brother and say, I love you, and then hang up the phone. Don't say anything else.
I don't know if that's true.
I don't know if I can do that, but
Just do that. And
Well,
hang
I
up the
think
phone.
I think it's more like
And good luck with frenemies. I hope you do that again. I see Tana pushing that.
yeah. And she's not the only one.
What?
She's not the only one.
Well, I'll push it too. It was a funny show. It's a really good show.
But the thing is, I don't know that it's a "I love you" type of thing. It's more like a "well, let's just be civil for the family."
right.
Well, being civil is not communicating.
You know what, Howie? That's enough. That's enough out of you. Choosing to be civil with family over choosing to pretend that you love them dearly and think the world of them. I think that's much healthier. And even that's pushing it.
You should say you could love somebody and not get along with somebody. You could love somebody and not have to share the same thoughts. You could love,
Can you love and hate somebody?
you could love somebody and hate what they've done. You can love somebody and hate what they're doing.
You can love somebody and go no contact and never talk to them again. All of those things are valid.
You can love somebody and hate what they said, but no, you should love somebody. That is your blood and your flesh. That is family.
What
You
if your
don't.
family member's just a giant fucking asshole?
You could say that, but I love this giant fucking asshole that happens to be my brother.
Yeah, but like, what if you don't love them? Like, what if I think this mentality is so fucking toxic. I think this idea that we need to put, blood related family members over all else, even when they're toxic and disgusting, and I don't think that that's a good idea. Going no contact in general, okay, can be one of the most important things you ever do in your life with a toxic family member or a toxic friend or whoever's in your life that really only serves to make your life worse. Going no contact is can be the perfect solution and can be so empowering to taking your life back. Not that it's easy, not that it's an easy thing to do, because I have no contact with my dad. I haven't spoken to my dad in a decade, and I wouldn't change that decision. I wouldn't change it. There are times when I'm like, oh, hey, should I repair that relationship? And then my other part of my brain goes, why would you do that? Like, to what end? And then my other brain clocks in and it goes, I don't know, because that's what I'm supposed to do. Like, it's been a decade and I still wrestle with that. But here's the thing. I think if Ethan and Hila want to be no contact with Moses and with Trisha, or if they want to be civil with Moses and with Trisha, that's fine. You do whatever you need to do for your family. Whatever is the best solution for your family. But if you're going to go no contact, you need to be no contact. Not no contact when it's convenient for you, but still talk about them all the time and then blast all of your drama to millions and millions and millions of people on a public platform. Which brings us to the topic of today's video. Evidently, I think it was this clip, was sent by Moses to Moses and Hila's mother. And I don't know what kind of cahoots or chit-chat is going on behind the scenes between Moses and his mother. That's generally none of my business, and I don't really care. And I can understand why that would be frustrating, because one parent is getting one side of a story. However, they're all middle-aged. Everybody in this story is in middle age. Except for Drew Monson, okay? And except for Howie Mandel, who's apparently almost 69. Wow. Moses took this information to his and Hila's mom, and apparently this caused enough of a stir that Ethan had some things to say about it. So let's hear what he's got to say.
Nobody tried to stop me.
Oh boy. Uh-oh.
I need to do this. I need to make a point here.
Yeah, see, this is what I'm saying about the sound effects. Stop it.
Moses, if you're watching this, and I know you are, listen to me very clearly, you fucking loser. You're a grown man that cries and bitch and pisses to his mom every time I mention your name. Stop. I don't fucking care. I will never stop talking about you. You can bitch and cry and spit and moan every time to your mommy, because anytime, and it's not even when I'm like mean. It's like anytime I talk about him at all.
It just kind of seems to me that, like, if you don't want to continue a relationship with somebody, that maybe you don't talk about them all the time. Again, I don't know.
And it's like, guess what, bitch? This is who I am, and I will never stop. I will talk about you whenever I want, okay? So cry more, you fucking loser. I will never stop. And guess what? I just don't care anymore. And we're on the same page. We're on the same page, me and Hila. Suck my dick.
I like the gesture. I do think Ethan's funny sometimes. Okay. I just feel like if you're going to make a public statement, and it's not even really a statement, it's just like an aside, I guess. But like, if you're going to make this big public to-do where you're like, fuck off, Moses, make it like a one-time, well-thought-out thing. In my opinion. Hey, just laying it out there. Quit crying to your mom. Handle this like a man. I said what I said. Let's move on. Fuck you. I mean, it's just, why does it have to drag on? Are the views low or something? I don't think they are. H3 is wildly successful.
Send that to, I mean, really, generally, just, this is the only way I can think to, like, this, to stop him bothering his poor mom.
How about you, message him directly and say, hey, would you like to talk about this, like, men in our 40s? Because, like, Ethan's not far behind. He's about to do a whole lot of age shaming for someone who's almost 40. I, too, am almost 40, okay? So I'm not age shaming. But, like, wouldn't the easier approach be like, hey, let's talk this shit out? Like, grown-ups. Like, people who've had driver's licenses for well over a decade. Like, people who graduated high school at least 20 years ago. Like, you know what I mean?
This should help.
He's always...
That's funny. Maybe I will start watching H3.
Well, like, I need to make a point that, like, he will never succeed in what he's trying to do. He will only ever make it worse. And he keeps inserting his poor mom into the middle of conflict and, like, not giving her, it's all, like, one-sided, because we don't go to her and complain about them to her, because we're adults. Sure. We have lives.
Okay, but, like, this isn't very adult behavior either. And I'm not here to cape for Moses, because I'm going to come for him in just a second, okay? Just hold on to your tits. I get it. I get what he's saying about putting his mother, like emotionally putting his mother in between the two of them. It's weird. But like, if you look at it in a big picture sort of way, Moses going to his mom versus Ethan going to millions. it looks a little discombobulated in my opinion. Now, I don't know what was said along with the link to the video from Moses to his mom. But obviously, if it got back to Hila, that means that it was something probably disparaging, right? Like it was, oh, mommy, look at, I'm being bullied by, my sister and brother-in-law. But that's only speculation because I don't know what the caption of his was to that or anything of that nature. It's all weird. It's all not a grown-up adult behavior.
In summary, hi Moses, suck my dick and shut the fuck up.
Got it. There's another few minutes to all of that, but I'm not going to proceed. You get the gist. I would like to know the context that Moses tried allegedly to put this in when sending this to his and Hila's mother. And again, not that Moses is a gem, okay? It was today o'clock when I learned a bit of his lore, and having learned about him what I've learned, let me just say that if a man ever stealths you, meaning that should a man ever take off a condom mid, sex with you, without your knowledge, I think you're well within your rights to steal the most expensive thing that he owns and slash his tires, and then send him one of those exploding glitter bombs that you get in the mail that are impossible to get out of everything you own. Obviously, this is not legal advice, and I'm not recommending that you do this, but from what I was able to gather, that the aforementioned is a big part of the family rift lore. Evidently, Trish was a big part of this lore. She was, I guess Trisha was doing a lot of shit talking, and that goes pretty gross and pretty deep. Moses, for a long time, allegedly was using the H3 audience and fan base to actively date and hook up with women, among other things that I couldn't substantiate, but things on Reddit that I have read and seen. And it doesn't seem like the rift or the dislike for Moses is unfounded, but I just think this approach is a little weird. I think that making your family drama public, even though all the people involved are technically public figures, I think it's weird. I think that's weird behavior from middle-aged people. I've seen a lot of people be like, why is this happening right now? And that's a great question, internet strangers. Some people are suggesting that it is because of a moment on the podcast the other day where Ethan was essentially caught berating AB on the podcast, not knowing that he was still mic'd and could still be heard.
Do we watch this?
Like, I have this new
Final
clip thing where,
words
I have a Discord and people,
fuck me.
people that join my course, they can use they get access to
I think we covered most of
We're
it.
doing it.
What are you
Making it
doing?
so awkward and terrible.
I'm sorry, I'm not.
Just this is what I'm talking about when it's always like.
We need to get home for our kids.
It's like, bro.
Oh no, I didn't want to finish it right now. I'm about finishing Wednesday.
On Friday at the movies. Is it?
You guys, like...
All right, I'm taking my hand off.
Honestly, I feel like the internet made that out to be a lot worse than it actually was. I think I really don't see any huge issue. I mean, it wasn't a super monumentally respectful conversation, but I don't think that Ethan was berating him or being largely disrespectful. So I don't think that that's the issue, because even the people who feel like he was being abusive or whatever, it wasn't even that big of a story, I don't think. Do I think maybe it's because Moses really exaggerated what was sent or made a huge deal without proper context to his mother, who then saw it fit to take this to Hila and subsequently Ethan? Maybe. Do I think it was done in the hopes of provoking Trisha and Moses to talk about it? Maybe. I think the thing is that we don't have enough information to have any concrete answers. And that's just kind of how it's going to be until, one of them just outright exposes the other in a very, very grown-up edition of the H3 podcast or the Return of Frenemies. By the way, as fun as Frenemies was as a concept, as a podcast with two starkly different hosts and ridiculous costumes and stuff, can we please collectively take one big deep breath and inhale and exhale and just move on? Even if it comes back, it would be like a one-off. It doesn't look like it's coming back. And frankly, even if it did come back, they wouldn't be able to replicate the same magic or whatever, the same sort of ingredients that made the first time so good. You can't recreate stuff like that. You just can't. That's why a lot of sequels suck, because you can't recreate the magic of the first. Oh, who is right in this situation? Is it weird that Moses, the stealther, is running to his and Ela's mom about this, potentially causing more family drama and emotional labor on his mother? Yes. Is it weird that Ethan is blasting this on the internet for millions to form opinions on without all of the context? Also yes. So who is right in this situation? Probably no one. I just love to see family drama. It's just so delightful, especially when it's not mine. So what have we learned here today? Not much, but at least we tried. Anyway, that's the end of my video today. If there are updates that interest me, maybe I'll make another one of these. If you tear me to shreds in the comments, I won't. Make sure you like the video and subscribe if that's something you're interested in doing. Thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned for the outtakes if there are any, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
I'm just cleaning up.
I'll destroy him the way he destroyed you.
I don't talk about Ethan Klein. Do we have to right now? Everything's fine. My hair is knotted right here, and it is upsetting me. Perhaps I should try brushing it. Correct me if I'm wrong, because my brain ain't braining today. So when I am done, wow. I love the planes. Where are you going? Can I come? Get out of here! Who do you think you are?